3, 2, 1.
It's time for Chewing on the Wire Radio, losers.
No, God! No,
Hey, no biting. Hey, no biting. Okay? You want me to bite you? You know that hurts bad. I told you, silly. No biting, okay?
Welcome to another episode of Chewing on the Wire Radio. It's not just me and it's not just you today. For the first time since episode 1 of this show, all the way back in 2021, we have Mr. Scotty on the Hunt in the studio with us. He's here.
What's happening?
And he's alive.
I'm alive. I'm kicking it. I'm glad to be here.
Kicking it with Kenny.
Yes.
I understand that you're prepared to read your social security number to us?
Yes. 867-5309. Everyone who has that number, have fun with it.
And then the quick question we have also, everyone has to answer this as soon as they come on the show again. Your opinion on flushable wipes?
I say screw them and flush as many down the toilet as you want, because if it doesn't affect you, it's not your problem. So flush away, just like the movie, 2007 movie, Flushed Away. There you go.
Sadly, I don't have my my bell, my correct and incorrect bell, but that was the incorrect answer.
That is incorrect.
I forgot you did that soundbite, so we can just have you say it. We don't even need. But no, the correct answer is they don't exist. So, do we need to get into that, or do you just
my existence is just I don't know where I am. I don't know what this is. I don't believe anything anymore.
Is that why
what is real? What is not real?
Is that why you walked in here and turned on one light and then said this is a vibe?
Yes, I turned off all the lights. We have one singular lamp, and it's a straight up vibe. And I'm tired of acting like it isn't.
So, something I've been telling everyone that listens, we are going to question you about thoroughly. Top Thrill 2.
Oh, sore subject.
So,
oh boy.
And to further that, what's going on with it at this point in time, they have officially posted on the website it will not open for the 2024 season. If you didn't see that. So
you knew. I had a feeling it was coming. On the inside.
What I have written here is Top Thrill 2 reviews, because you and I both wrote it.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it broken down? And then I'm going to let you speak on those two things first, and then I have So I think start just however you want with your review, because you were able to write it, and then start going into why is it broken down, at least from what you've heard.
Sure. So Top Thrill 2 opened in late April. there was about 4 or 5 days at the end of April where it was like you had to pay extra to get in the park. Media was there with you. I know you were there one of the days with the media, and it was running quite nicely. Everyone had great things to say about it. Opening weekend comes around in May. Opens, everyone loves it. The rest of the weekend, it's open. And then the following week, boom, down. And it was kind of hush-hush. There was speculation, and it was kind of coming out that the wheels were the problem. That the wheels were being worn down way too quickly because it was going too fast on the track. When I rode the ride on opening day, I thought for the 3 hours that I was in line, it ran very reliable. It never broke down once the 3 hours I was in line. The original Top Thrill Dragster, as you guys may know, broke down constantly. It was very annoying. So I had high hopes when I was riding Top Thrill 2. I said, oh, this is really nice. We could see big things. You know, I might have been wrong with Zamperla because I wanted Intamin to be part of it. And rode the ride. It was awesome, super smooth, very fun. And I had told everyone that when the problem arose with the wheels, that it was probably going to open up around 4th of July. 4th of July comes around. Nothing. Then we're thinking Labor Day. Is it going to be open on Labor Day?
And then on Labor Day, they just posted on the website, it's not open this year.
And 2 weeks before Labor Day, boom, no, we're not reopening. And there was lots and lots of testing throughout the season where at night they were running the ride. The new Lightning trains for Top Thrill 2, you can take off the individual seats very easily. We saw that they were taking the seats off like at night as well.
Like every other row was gone.
Yes. They were doing CAD work on the track, whatever that is. I know I've heard that. Do you know what CAD means?
So, like the computer engineering design type of thing. I think it's a lot of program. I've heard there's a construction version of it, and then like what I was taught, like with I'm totally blanking, like coding and stuff. So I think some of it is like designing 3-dimensional curved blah 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 on a computer. But then some of what I was taught was like it's like coding, which for this example on a roller coaster it would be like,
is it like mapping out stuff?
You basically,
that's what they were doing a lot of.
Another way that it could be used is like for the first, third, and fifth LSMs to be a higher power than the third.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like you can program them different strengths or something like that. Which could also contribute to the wheels theory because maybe they're slowing them down. Like we've had reports that it is topping out at 126 miles an hour because the LSMs, remember, it used to only go 115 because of the, it didn't even go.
I mean, like so between 115 and 120.
So they're like, maybe we can calm it down because now it's going faster than we thought it would. You know what I mean?
Did you see how fast that was flying on the top hill?
Yeah.
So I sat in the back row, opening day, Top Thrill 2, and I flung over that hill. Where did you sit on that ride when you rode it?
Third or fourth row.
Do you remember if you were flying over that hill?
The whole time, yeah.
Ejector airtime, dude.
I haven't been on the original Top Thrill, as if Top Thrill 2 is not physical. Top Thrill 2 is fictional.
What?
No, but I haven't been on the original Top Thrill Dragster since I was 12 or 13. But
crawled.
Just from watching it and like looking up videos, because what else do I do? You could see the whole probability of a rollback because it would kind of lurch up there and then go over. And I can just tell you from being on it, it was like you went up that spike, went back down, and then it was like you were over. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
so
it was like quick when you were going down that downhill spiral. I mean, that was whipping you out as well. There was a slight shakiness to the track as well, I noticed. For the Tony Clark POV, the initial video that they released, I noticed there was a lot of shaking for that. when I rode the ride. There was also slight shaking, but it was nothing that really bugged me. I know a lot of people, a lot of enthusiasts were complaining, oh my gosh, it's shaky, ruined it.
We don't talk about enthusiasts.
We don't talk about enthusiasts. I know I'm, a roller coaster enthusiast, but I'm not extreme like some people are.
Like some people that left comments for you. Which
left
we'll get
comments
to
for
later.
me.
We'll get to later. But anyway,
I can continue, but that's really all I have to say about Top Thrill 2. I really hope that they invest the time to actually make it right so it's 100% reliable. I'm super bummed out. All the people that planned their vacations around it didn't get to ride it. And just the amount of money. Gosh, the amount of money that Cedar Point has spent on every iteration of this ride to get it up and running. It's crazy. I can only imagine how much money they have lost.
I was saying that I think it's a resounding success because it's weird to say because it's been broken down all season. So how is that
minus the wheels?
Success.
We saw that it worked. It was reliable.
It never had any downtime.
No.
You know what I mean? Like
yes.
You said, you waited in the whole 3-hour line, and it just kept
it was
going.
boom, 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 boom. It was spitting it out.
Stop. So
yeah,
you get it. That's what. But so that was kind of the successes of it. Is like we've eliminated the problem Top Thrill had. Now we just need to figure out. Because no one's ever made trains that go that fast, so
right,
we
and
need to
those
figure out how to make those.
The lightning trains are prototype, and with prototype,
right.
we see time and time again that there's issues with those types of rides.
So real quickly though, the whole everyone that's like, oh, this also wouldn't be a problem if you went with Intamin. Where do I start with that? No, I'm not even anti-Intamin because I feel like I'm getting a lot of comments that like the ones directed to me have been like. Just because you're anti-Intamin doesn't mean they were the right person for the project. So if someone made you dinner 4 nights in a row and every morning afterwards you had food poisoning, were shitting your pants, and had diarrhea, would you ask for dinner rides from them for the 5th time?
Right, exactly.
Would you?
You know what? It was good when it went in.
That's what I'm saying.
It was so good when it went in.
Well, and then that's the other thing, because I was talking about in one of these episodes how I think just bottom line, my favorite ride that I'd like marathon, and it's just still fun to me is Maverick, which is an Intamin ride. So
that's everyone's favorite.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like clearly I'm not anti-Intamin if that's my favorite ride, but it's just one of those like I think it was time to move on. And a lot of this information is coming from you guys commenting, but I'm starting to get stuff from, like, you can put a name when you message us. So, like, you can, like, add yourself to our contacts, basically, if you haven't ever messaged us. So most of these people are anonymous, probably. This could be fake information, that's why. Yeah. But I'm hearing a lot of, I lost my train of thought. That's embarrassing.
No,
what was I saying?
No, it's
what
okay.
Was I talking about?
I'll branch off from that Intamin talk because
my brain just went blank.
You're good. I'll take over for a second. There's a rumor that just came out about a week or so ago that Cedar Point had reached out to Intamin, right? And Intamin had a proposal to where we can update Top Thrill Dragster for you, but what we'd have to do is extend the layout and take out Iron Dragon. And Cedar Point said, no, we want to keep Iron Dragon because we don't have a lot of family rides. There's a lot of thrill rides. So that's why they went with Zamperla, because Zamperla offered a solution to where you have an extended layout.
And you could have both.
And you could have
it up instead of out.
Right, and you don't have to take out Iron Dragon. And you can see that.
And that's actually something, one of the,
that's just a rumor.
I didn't catch his name. One of the park goers at Kennywood yesterday was talking to Mr. Scotty on the Hunt about Cedar Point not having a lot of family rides. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay.
Yeah.
There is a Facebook post of someone going after Six Flags because they are selling phones that were lost on rides.
No way. Is that factual?
It's off of Facebook. I haven't fact checked that. But
I think we need to fact check that. But that would be insane if Six Flags was doing that. And how damaged are the phones when they're flying off the ride?
Well, they've got to be like the ones that nothing happened, like in the OtterBox cases, and they were just like, oh, no one contacted us about getting his phone back. What's it's going right on eBay?
Right.
Or there was something, I think.
Free range.
Of course, it was some woman with a Karen haircut, so Lord knows where this was going. But I think her claim was that she lost her phone at Six Flags. So this leads me to believe it was just like a rich Karen person complaining, saying she's going to sue the world because it was a woman that lost her phone at Six Flags and didn't go back to it, bought a new phone the next day, then found her phone on Facebook Marketplace.
No way. How did she know that it was hers?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. This was like, you could deep dive on Facebook.
That's insane.
If you look up Six Flags news, that's
unfortunately I don't have Facebook.
Oh, well, that's how I find out some of these quote unquote hot button topics is by just Googling Six Flags news and seeing what people are complaining about.
That would be shocking.
That one immediately caught my attention, and it was just office. I found the lady's Facebook page. It wasn't like it was a news article. It was the lady like, I'm never going to Six Flags again. They sold me.
All right, see ya. See you later. More for me.
I went to Six Flags and all they did was sell my phone on Facebook.
You want that shirt? I'm gonna make. I went to Six Flags.
And they sold my phone on Facebook.
And all I got was this crummy T-shirt.
What did you say on Phantom's Revenge today? Arrow went hard on this ride for no reason or something.
Arrow really popped off with this ride.
Arrow really popped off on this ride.
Arrow really popped off with this. What else you got?
So I think this is the last major topic here. But Kennywood can't keep rides open.
Yeah, they're having a Top Thrill 2 issue. And I'm not gonna lie, I haven't done my research on why Steel Curtain is closed all season. But I know that years previous, Steel Curtain was closed half a season, and I did ask about that, and I think it was a seatbelt issue. I'm not sure.
Did it have seatbelts when it opened?
It did have seatbelts when I wrote it at the end of 2018. It had seatbelts when I wrote it in 2023. I'm not sure if it's train troubles again. I loved the ride. I thought the ride was incredible. I know a lot of people say it's forceless. That's ridiculous. It does everything it needs to do. Not every ride needs to throw you off and buck you off like every RMC, you know? Because I feel like every coaster enthusiast is like, RMC, they're the gospel. They're the best rides ever built. They try to kick my ass and buck me off the ride, and like
I let them do it.
Not everyone's looking for that ride experience.
And
I'm sorry for going on a tangent like that, but
I think the reason I finally
I don't know what's wrong.
The reason I finally ended up putting it on here, and again I compare these two in my one episode that's talking about like I forgot what it's called again, the strengths of Top Thrill 2 or something. You know, another episode on here. If you scroll down, if you're on our iHeartRadio page, I compare the two, Top Thrill 2 and Steel Curtain. My beef with Steel Curtain is this is the third year that I visited the park and it's been closed. So, and I guess we don't know about Top Thrill 2 because obviously it's only been built for 6-ish months. But this is bigger than that, and I almost I draw the difference between the two because this was built in 2018.
Yeah, halfway through 2018.
Open, you know what I mean? Like it still hasn't had a consistent running sketch.
I think there was maybe one season
where it was like all
one or two where it was all the way through, like it was open.
And that's what I'm talking about. This is just a huge problem because it's not like, oh crap, the trains got messed up, we gotta push it back a year. It's been 6
seasons, six or seven.
Yeah. I was about to count on my
18,
fingers, but
19,
you said 6, so I'll go with 6.
2024 would have been its 7th season.
It would have been the 7th season, but it did it open earlier? Did it open for opening day and then it closed? Or was
it never opened at all. So I think at the end of 23 or the beginning of 24, they said flat out from the beginning, we're not going to open this season. And I feel like Cedar Point should have done the same thing instead of leading people on.
And they didn't even say why. Like when you look on the Kennywood website, it's like due to a massive construction project to make you more reliable. And I'm like,
yeah.
So what were you doing the last 6 years?
I know.
Well, and again, the reason, just to quickly differentiate the two, I don't think Cedar Point saw it coming because it was so to the general public, it was open for a week, but all in all, counting the extra paydays and media days, it was open for a month and a half with no problems. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't think they were necessarily, like, in my opinion at least, they weren't leading people on there like, we did 2 months of testing and it's been open for a month, we're good. And then, like, it just became those last few days and it was like, it's falling apart. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think they knew.
But they caught it before it was falling apart, though. That's the good part.
Yeah, and I was going to say that was...
They caught it before anything could have happened. There's a little wear and tear happening, and we need to shut it down until we can figure out what to do.
And that was another thing I mentioned on my, like, successes of Top Thrill Dragster episode was, like, it seems like the wheels are the only problem.
Hopefully.
Or something like that.
That's what it sounds like it is.
Yeah. So high school clubs/sports teams are selling mattresses now. Instead of, they used to do popcorns, cookies, gift cards.
Yeah.
I'll say the city, I don't give a crap. The North Olmsted soccer team in 2024, along with the Blythewood soccer team in Blythewood, South Carolina. That's where I have some family living. That's where I get that information.
Sure.
They're selling mattresses. They're doing a mattress fundraiser.
Do you know the backstory behind that?
No, and it's like...
That seems a bit odd.
I was going to say, from my understanding, it's one of those, like, they're deeply discounted, but, like, what I don't understand is, like, when I'm going to help support my children or any kids I know, neighbors, whatever, like, I'll spend tops maybe $100 on gift card places that I like to go because I'm kind of getting that money back. Now, if I go to my favorite restaurant and I have $100, I'm not spending $500 on a mattress because you can afford uniforms.
Yeah, that seems kind of random.
I
need to do more research on that.
Like, that's so weird. Like,
that is bizarre.
That's like the weirdest because
it's high school students.
Yeah,
like
the soccer teams in those two high schools are doing a mattress fundraiser.
Do like windbreakers or something. I sold windbreakers and hats in my business class and stuff.
This could, let's try to, I'm saying this to myself also, let's try to keep this short. I think it's an important thing to talk about, but, like, let's keep it short. What I have written down here is no concerts in Cleveland, and in parentheses I have what's going on with the Dome in Brook Park.
I keep asking that to everyone I know. What are your thoughts on Browns moving to Brook Park? And I thought it was confirmed. I guess it's not confirmed. I'm for it. I think it would be awesome. I always hear it's such a pain for parking and walking downtown in the freezing cold weather. You're close by Lake Erie. I think moving to Brook Park would be a smart idea because you start from scratch. If any of you saw the detailed, like, sketch video or whatever, the brand new hotels, what it would do for the West Side suburbs, they need it. I think the West Side suburbs need a little TLC right now.
And that's one of those, and I made this comment on either one of my articles I wrote or another one of these episodes. I do one of these every week and just talk out of my ass, I don't remember. And I got some heinous hate responses. I said...
It's 50-50 to me. There's half that really, like, I don't care, I'm all for it. Half are, like, vehemently, no, it's staying in Cleveland. That's where it's always been.
Because I was agreeing with you. I think it should move to Brook Park. Well,
next to the airport.
Well, I was going to say, one, I'm heavy on the Dome, and then two is, like I said, we just need to have an area to, like, imagine, the whole Muni lot, the legendary tailgate. You realize that's, like, a walking distance from the stadium. Imagine if you could do that right in front of the stadium because they built the parking lot around.
Yeah, wow.
Like, imagine how cool that would be.
Yeah.
And then it was a bunch of things. I'm like, it would bring in all these concerts, touring acts, et cetera, et cetera. It is right next to an airport. They're building 4 new hotels with it.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Then the RTA cuts right through there. So if you're really worried about being downtown,
it's perfect.
You get on the train. And it's less than a 20-minute ride. You know what I mean? And everyone was like...
Major highways. You got 71 and 480 right there.
And it's just an uninhabited land. Like,
it's where the old Ford
plant
was.
Like, everyone looks at it like, ew, it's an uninhabited land. Like, that's perfect because now it can be Brownstown.
Yes.
Because there's nothing there. You know what I mean? Because they took the factory down. But the responses I were getting were like the parable of the parable of the window washer, I think it was. Do you know what that is?
No, I don't know what that
So
is.
to explain it quickly, or the parable of the shopkeeper. There's a shopkeeper, there's a kid. This is one of those things, like if you ever have to spend. I don't think I ever took high school business classes, but that's next to all I took in college was business classes. So they taught it to you there. It's shopkeeper has a kid. The kid's playing outside, throws a rock, breaks the window. And it's all of a sudden, the shopkeeper would be mad, etc., etc. He has to call a dude to fix the pane of glass, and then it becomes this, like, don't be mad at your kid. You called that window installer or whatever to come fix the pane of glass. And so because you did that, now he came to our city, bought caulk from the local convenience store, bought this from the local blah, blah, blah. Basically, it's a parable on saying...
Oh, it's an analogy.
It's an analogy on so they're saying the Brown Stadium being downtown is that kind of analogy. And I'm like, one, it isn't, because they built it on a slab of land in the lake and there's nothing by it. There are no restaurants down there. There are no hotels. The parking lot that the Browns own is a mile and a quarter in the other. Yeah. So like that is not a good comparison. There is nothing down there. All the restaurants that are in the flats, Cleveland East 4th, 2 miles from the stadium.
Right. They have nothing to do with the Browns games. They're bumping when the Browns aren't playing. There's a lot of people that are saying, "Oh, the businesses will leave."
There's no businesses.
But you still have the Guardians, and you still have
that are on the same corner. It's East 4th and Ontario, which is where the Cavs.
Gateway. So I think if it'll happen, it's not the end of the world. I feel like, the Cleveland curse, blah, blah, blah. Maybe if they move, it'll lift the Cleveland curse, you think? You won't be called the mistake on the lake anymore.
Because you're not on the lake. You're still a mistake.
Exactly. Factory of Sadness. Who wants to play in a place called the Factory of Sadness?
My big thing...
I'm not against the Browns,
My big thing was, like, it needs to happen because if you look at Minneapolis, if you look at Indianapolis, a bunch of other, like, outlying farm towns, that have a city that's even smaller than Cleveland, some of them, they built a dome and within a year got the men's Final Four, the NHL All-Star game, because they can play, like in those arenas instead, like in the domes. And the amount of touring acts, Metallica, 72 Tour, is playing 3 shows in Minneapolis, Minnesota, not Las Vegas, not New York, Minneapolis, Minnesota.
People don't want to come to Cleveland.
Because they're playing in a dome.
Right.
Well, and that's my whole thing is it's like the retractable dome, so they could choose to be inside or outside. Well, and then the thing, people don't want to come to Cleveland. Now it's right next to an airport. So you can do it for the money and then leave in 5 minutes because it's right next to the airport.
Exactly.
And it's in a dome. So it's climate controlled. And you can do your 20... Because a lot of people don't come to the queue, like, for example, Green Day and all that, because when you have 4 bands in support of you and you're international superstars, you can sell 90,000 tickets in a heartbeat. So they'll play in a dome. They'll come to Cleveland and play in the dome.
Who wants to drive 5 years to go to Blossom?
Well, and that's what I'm
walk
saying.
5 years to get to Blossom too.
So they'll come and play in the dome. It's like and it's been proven over time and time again. Green Day plays in Minneapolis. Green Day played in Indianapolis. They're 2 cities, like, I don't want to say smaller than Cleveland because I don't actually know, but farm counties with a city in the middle of it, and they get the shows and Cleveland doesn't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just one of those things.
What else we got?
Fun fact, there's only 250 million years before the Earth becomes uninhabitable.
Well done. Wow, that turned very dark. But we shall trudge forward.
So we have like 1.5 segments left. A throwback to the first episode we ever did with Mr. Scotty over here. We had story time with Scott, and he told us, I think, the Kennywood story, oddly enough.
Oh, my wallet?
Yeah, I think you told us that story in our first ever episode.
Devastated. Look where we are.
Oh, yeah, you showed me the street.
Full circle, dude.
Full circle. The next episode, he's on the street where he lost his wallet. But,
we are literally up the street.
Yeah.
Right where I lost my wallet.
So, anyway, installment number 2. You have another story.
Installment number 2.
Installment number 2.
We're going back to the year 2016. I believe this is September, October 2016. That's neither here nor there. Who cares? I was in the marching band with my fellow friend, Dominic, over here. And my parents, I believe, were out of town, out of state, so I was home alone. So as I'm needing to get ready to go to the band show or whatever marching band thing we had that day, I start to turn on the sink, and I'm on the phone with my then girlfriend, and I'm not paying attention, and I go into the other room and lay down on the bed and start talking to her on the phone. I hang up the phone, and I hear a waterfall. Now, why would there be a waterfall sound inside of my house? I get up, I go to the upstairs bathroom, and the sink is still running. The little plunger to the sink was broken, so it was down. The water was overflowing over the sink onto the bathroom floor. And at the time, this bathroom the floor was just caving in. You know, you took one wrong step and the floor would just bow down. It was so sketchy. We have it all fixed now. And I run downstairs, and the kitchen is completely flooded. Dude, because the water from the sink upstairs in the bathroom went through the ceiling of the kitchen, and I'm like, what do I do? Panicking. Nobody home. Parents are out of town. What the heck do I do? I take the shot back, and there's like a chandelier or whatever in the kitchen, and the ceiling titty, like the light, the water was pouring through that. The lights, electricity going through it. I mean, the light was off, so I'm taking the shot back, and I'm like sucking.
I turned the light on.
Yeah, didn't I? I think I did. I turned on and off, and I'm doing the best I can. I took every single towel we had in that house, and I was trying to like absorb the water, and I finally got the water to stop in the ceiling. I fixed the upstairs bathroom, and then I think by the time I got done and everything dried up, my grandma was coming to the house and picking me up to go to the high school for the band show. And by the time I got to the high school, it was pouring rain, and it was canceled.
It was pouring rain.
It was.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, as soon as I got to the high school.
As soon as I got the house cleaned up because I flooded it.
It was pouring rain. And then I ended up opening up to my parents years later about it.
How many years later? I don't think I ever knew that.
Years. I mean, it was like, when did this happen?
Was it when the bathroom was remodeled? So you were like, guys, some of the reason for that is I left. It was
before. It was before, because we had redone the bathroom first, a brand new floor, and then like a year or two later, we had redone the kitchen. And it was before that. So I think I told him in like 2019 or something like that. We were all sitting at the table laughing, and I'm like, I got a confession to make. I flooded your house. And thankfully they went easy on me. So that's my story of absolutely flooding the hell out of my upstairs bathroom and the downstairs kitchen.
There's also a rumor going around on Facebook. I love finding stuff on Facebook and just getting people's reaction. During the 2023 NBA playoffs, some arenas were asking fans to turn in their souvenir cups and reusing them for the next game.
I don't know. I'm at a loss for words on that one.
No, you have to answer. Were they or were they not? Were they not?
I don't think so. Is that true or false?
I don't know.
I would think that's false. That's so absurd.
I just like I said.
Where is this coming from? This Facebook.
I went on Facebook and looked up NBA news, and then someone complained they asked for my souvenir cup back at the
So
game.
they could sell it at the next game the next day? Is that what that was?
I guess.
I don't know. That's a stretch.
So to read some comments that were texted into us over the last month, because I've been really bad at reading these because I've been trying to get these episodes real fast. Anonymous writes, something you don't think about. Going to a concert. Why do people you meet ask, oh, how'd you get into this band? Obviously it came up on the radio / Spotify / from a friend. Like, is there ever someone who answers you, oh yeah, one time I was forcibly held captive till I listened to their whole discography and I actually ended up liking it?
Wow. And shockingly and sadly, This probably has happened to quite a few people.
The internment
through
camps. This is
trauma.
This is actually what's happening. We're playing the whole 311 discography.
Who listens to 311 willingly?
That's the point.
I believe it's energy. Oh.
Who was the band that we played at the beginning of the show?
Oh, the Dream Eaters.
The Dream Eaters.
Now that's a band I willingly listen to because of you and Alan Cox.
And also externally, what did you do to me? There's no air in my lungs, and I'm crying on the floor of a Walmart store, crying on the floor of a Walmart store. I don't even know who I am anymore. My blood is all over, my blood is all over the floor.
Oh, okay. Second comment. The last two involve Top Thrill 2, and it's obviously not, it doesn't say like, hey Scott or hey Dominic, but I just thought I wanted to defer these to you because I think you'd get a kick out of them. And I'm going to read this how it's written.
Okay.
So, like, I'm sorry in advance. So there is a parenthesis to start off the sentence. There is a parenthesis. Y'all crazy, bruh. I don't ride roller coaster, because, in parentheses, as if, man don't make mistake every day. Lol, you trying to sit here and say because someone drew up a nice design and went to school, I'm supposed to just them LLS, them alls, you clearly haven't worked at an amusement park, lol. Your basic survival skills are lackluster, my guy.
Sounds like someone who's young. It sounds like someone who needs to be a little bit educated. Let me read that.
Read where it says second comment. Don't read third comment yet because I want you to read second.
I'm not. Y'all crazy, bro. I don't ride roller coaster because man don't make mistakes every day, ? LOL, you trying to sit here and say because someone drew up a nice design and went to school, I'm supposed to just trust them? You clearly haven't worked at many amusement parks, lol. Your basic survival skills are lackluster, my guy. First of all, we have worked at amusement parks. I worked at an amusement park for 3 years.
More than that, because you did 2 years as a write-up, didn't you?
I did a year as a write-up. I did 2 years as a haunt actor. Plus the amount of, whatever God, I lost my train of thought. He stumped me.
Are you? He got
Just
me.
the amount of knowledge
He's
that
right.
I've had.
I haven't ever worked at Cedar Point. He got me. This whole show's a scam. No, okay.
The amount of that I've studied and the knowledge of theme parks and amusement parks and roller coasters that I've acquired over the years,
And just the tests they make you do just as part of HR training. You know what I mean? Like the history of Cedar Point.
Right.
And then he's going to say, some idiot drew up this design, so I'm just supposed to trust
it's
that
not
it works.
as simple as that. It's much deeper. You can get on a roller coaster and it's much safer than getting in a car. You ever heard of that analogy?
Oh, yeah.
It's like getting on a plane. It's much safer than getting in a car.
I feel like there's a whole lot of things that are, that analogy is used for. And I think just because of the episode it was commented after that this was in reference to Top Thrill 2. I think. They obviously didn't say it in there, but when I don't even know how, because I don't think I've ever talked about the safety. I think I just said something about I liked it a lot more than the original Top Thrill, and that just sent them into this tizzy of it's not safe, you're stupid or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, but that comment just came after. So the third comment, speaking about exactly that, we have Don't Ever Ride TT2. It's a brand new company who've never built coaster before, trying to build one on top of an old one, someone else, their first ride that tall.
So should I not ride Morgan?
Huh?
Should I not ride Phantom's Revenge in 2001?
Should I not ride to Morgan? I'm like,
should I not ride Morgan? Phantom's Revenge?
What do you say?
Morgan Manufacturing, Phantom's Revenge.
Some of the reason I wanted to save that one for you was because I'm sure you can name 1.5 billion rides that have more than one.
How does a company start? Should I not have rode the first Intamin? Should I not have ridden the first B&M when they were unknown?
And that's isn't there other rides, even if it's the same park or not the same park, the same manufacturer like Maverick, where they had to take out the Heartline roll and just literally come up with a piece that hasn't this been done,
Hold on. The park that we went to, Kennywood, there was a ride called the Pippin. They tore half the Pippin down, and they built a whole new roller coaster on the other side of it. And you see pictures of the old Pippin. It doesn't even look like Thunderbolt.
Yeah.
Then they tore half of it down, built the double helix, and slapped a name called Thunderbolt, and everyone loves that ride. It's been 1968. It's been 56 years.
And I think some of my favorite part of that comment, though, is a brand new company who've never built coaster before. Meanwhile, there is a new for 2023 roller coaster 100 feet away from Top Thrill 2 in Cedar Point. So they have clearly built.
There you go.
Clearly built Wild Mouse
Yeah.
in the same park. So, damn, who listens to the show? What idiots?
What
Who are we
idiots?
attracting? Well, I think that's about it for this one. Make sure you check out our website, RhapsodyChronicle.com.
That's it for this year. We'll be back next year with some more Diary of the Mouth.